Our next big weather system is taking shape as we speak. What's going on, guys? Certified meteorologist Jonathan Kegas back with you. Get your popcorn ready. We're going to dive right on in. If you're a fan of tracking the weather and just having that weather conversation, you've come to the right place. Hit that subscribe button, and we are going to get into it. You see that counterclockwise spiral there out of the southeast corner of Utah? That is our system that's going to go into creating a pretty significant blizzard and windstorm in parts of the upper Midwest, high plains, and southern plains. That's also going to crank up the fire threat once again. We still have that wildfire hazard as we get into tomorrow, but then we also have it coming back later in the week as another system slides through. That will also spark the opportunity for more severe weather. If you want to jump around topics, I'm going to have the chapters listed in the description. I know your time is valuable. I know you want the information. I'd love for you to watch it all, but if you want to hop around, you can do that. Those time codes are going to be in there. Here we go. We talked about this, that we would have a likely blizzard on our hands, and you see that rust red color from Goodhue County, Minnesota, just south of the Twin Cities, extending all the way back into parts of western Kansas. That's going to include Scott County as well. Omaha, we are included in that blizzard warning. Still a winter storm watch. I'm guessing that's going to be the opportunity or the shaking out to see if the winds are going to stay high enough from the National Weather Service to upgrade that to a blizzard warning into parts of northern Wisconsin, the UP and Michigan as well. Regardless, a decent amount of snow coming. Not to mention winter weather advisory to the north of Rapid City, including Rapid City. Winter storm warning just to the west. Billings, we are in a winter weather advisory. And then those advisories for the mountains of Colorado to the west of Denver. So a lot going on, and that is just the snowy side. That's what we're going to focus on first. And then we're going to go over some of the snowfall amounts, the wind that is going to be super high impact, that fire threat, and then that extended severe weather outlook again as we get into the weekend. That should read probability of 6 inches of snow. I forgot to change the banner. So this is the probability that 6 inches of snow will fall. That's what I like to call significant, at least the start of the significant snow. 6 inches or above, you need to probably get the plows out. Certainly going to take you a little bit to clean things off. And you have more fun once it gets up to 6 inches or snow, if you like that stuff. So bullseye right now looks like it's north of Omaha to Sioux City, Iowa, into southeast Minnesota, and then to the north of Green Bay into the UP of Michigan. So again, these are the percentages now of the European ensemble members for 6 inches of snow or higher. And those ensembles are hinting at, okay, Rochester, Minnesota, love southeast Minnesota, by the way, lived there for a ton of years. Great spot if you've never been. Back towards Albert Lee, into Mower County, back to Sioux City, back toward Omaha again. That's going to be your main event where we have 70 to 80% of the ensembles showing at least 6 inches. We'll get into some model output in just 1 second. That's going to include Wausau, into Marquette, into Sault Ste. Marie. We're just on the outskirts, I think, of the heaviest band at this point, Rhinelander. We are in that main event. And then, of course, we have the higher opportunity for that towards Spearfish, into Sheridan. Really high probabilities for that, greater than 6 inches of snow, and then just outside of Rapid City, mainly to the north and west. So I just wanted to kind of show you that first as the footprint of the major snowfall. And keep in mind, while we have that, we're also going to have 60, maybe 70 mile per hour wind gusts. We'll get into the winds in just 1 second. So stick around. If you're still with me, hit that thumbs up button. It does help us out a lot. So this is going to be a different model. So I was showing you the European ensemble footprint there of the heaviest snow. This is the high resolution rapid refresh. It does very, very well. And it's showing the same exact thing as it slides through. Anywhere you see that purple color, that's going to be into that really 6 to 12 inch range. So that's going to include Rochester, Minnesota, into Austin. Spam Museum is there. Mason City, Iowa, we are in that. And then back toward Lincoln, just outside of Lincoln, into Omaha, again in that purple there, 6 to 12. That pink is going to be 12 plus. Getting into northern Wisconsin, we mentioned Rhinelander before, just to the north of, and again, all that purple is 6 to 12, 3 to 6 into Wausau there. And then towards Sault Ste. Marie, we start to get that again, Marquette, UP and Michigan. If you like the snow, too bad it wasn't earlier in the season when we could have really had more fun with it and it would stick around. But regardless, making up for a little bit of lost time, not to mention here, some significant snow for us just outside of Wichita, just north of Dodge City, west of Manhattan, really northwest Kansas, that's where the snow starts. So a pretty high impact blizzard. And that's just the snow side of this. I want to show you the wind gusts here. So this is going to be starting Wednesday, the 19th of March. Look at these wind gusts here. 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts from Garden City, North Platte. If you drive one of those high profile vehicles, again, we've seen it time and time again, especially if you're going to be going east to west and you have the breeze coming out of the north there. Those arrows represent the wind direction. It's going to be pretty nasty. 48 mile per hour gust in Amarillo. And again, we get top 50 to 60 there early on. Keep in mind as we move forward here that from Omaha back towards south of the Twin Cities, we have 6 to 12 inches of snow coming, in addition to 30 to 50 mile per hour gusts. So high impact blizzard, no doubt. Where you see that brown stripe there towards northwest, towards Kansas City, Missouri. That's 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gust. We get the wind moving to Green Bay. That's Wednesday, 10 o'clock. And then also to Detroit. You see, we are putting 40 to 40 mile per hour gusts there late Wednesday night. We'll finally see some improvement, but still, Green Bay. I mean, look at this off of Lake Michigan. It's going to be an ugly, ugly day in Chicago with that wind coming right off the lake there. Very, very cold afternoon. You see the wind gust still around 40 miles an hour. So that's the wind side of this event. Gradually, this will subside through about Thursday. There's also a small severe weather threat here. It's certainly not going to be as widespread as what we've seen over the last couple, but in this corridor here from about Chicago down to Carbondale, including Indianapolis, we're going to have the opportunity for a few nasty thunderstorms. The potential for a few tornadoes are also going to be involved here, mainly into that yellow area. We'll take you a little closer, and again, that's going to be from Terre Haute to Bloomington to Champaign, Peoria, Joliet, Rockford, Davenport, Chicago, Lafayette, Bloomington, just north of Evansville. So that's going to be where our main severe weather threat is going to lie tomorrow as a result of this storm system getting cranked up. Okay, I know there's a lot. If you're still with me, post in the comments where you're tuning in from. This is also, as you might imagine, going to bring in some drier air again straight from the desert, and it's also going to kick up the winds. We've already had some extremely significant wildfires with these last couple of systems. We had a big fire outbreak through Texas and Oklahoma, New Mexico with our last round that brought us the severe weather in the deep south. But we still have critical fire risk again. And I know I have a ton of towns on here, but I wanted to try to be I wanted to give you as many towns as I could for people watching to get the real gauge here of what is going on and who's going to be under the worst risk. So really from just to the west of Galveston, including Corpus Christi, Brownsville, Victoria, San Antonio, we're in the elevated risk for wildfires. That extends just to the east of Albuquerque, El Paso, Roswell, New Mexico, Lubbock, Texas. And then we have this red area. We've been in extreme fire danger the last few days, the highest on this scale. I don't want to call this an improvement by any means, because we do still have it critical from San Angelo to Midland, Odessa, into Kerrville, into Brady, Fort Stockton, Mason, Laredo. Big time wildfire risk again getting into tomorrow. And then that risk is going to come back again later in the week with yet another storm system. And yell in the comments if I'm just going too fast here. There's just a lot to get out, and I know that your time is valuable. But new severe weather risk coming, and it's again that higher confidence. We've seen 3 straight of these, or 3 straight weeks that the Storm Prediction Center has highlighted the day 6, day 7 outlooks with at least a 15% risk. And there is our risk for Sunday with our next storm system that I'll show you in just one second. But this is going to include Waco, College Station, Alexandria, Louisiana, into Monroe, Jackson, Mississippi, just south of Little Rock, McKinney, Dallas, Fort Worth. That is what we're looking at for the potential for more severe weather. And it's going to be because of this dip in the jet stream here. This is what we're looking at. So this is going to be on Sunday, again, the day of the potential for severe weather. Here is our dip in the jet stream. It's the upper low itself is hanging tight back towards St. Louis, Chicago, Minneapolis. The upper low is pretty much right over Minneapolis. But we're going to have some very strong westerlies kind of pushing through as a result of that dip in the jet stream. And that's why we're looking at really those areas, Louisiana, Arkansas, maybe extreme southeast Oklahoma, and then East Texas for that severe weather threat. And we are going to highlight that in more detail as we get a little bit closer. Right now, the main area of concern going to be that wildfire risk, or at least immediate concern, I should say, is going to be that wildfire risk in the desert Southwest. And then, of course, this high impact blizzard. And I'll show you one more time again, just this crazy area. And already getting things from the start of this video to the end of this video, there come winter weather advisories in parts of Wisconsin, winter storm warning out now for Eau Claire, and then also for Pepin. I can't stress enough, that is one of the most beautiful areas of the country, Lake Pepin area, southeast Minnesota, southwest Wisconsin, northeast Iowa. I love it. I'm biased, but it's fantastic. Love the state of Minnesota, love Iowa, all of that stuff. We're hanging out in Florida now, enjoying the sunshine, but it's going to be high impact blizzard coming our way in parts of the northern plains and upper Midwest. Alrighty, guys, if you happened to find this content helpful, I hope you did. Please hit that subscribe button. Consider hanging out with us and joining the best weather team on YouTube. And I mean that, including you guys in that, because you make this channel happen. Just being here, participating in the comments, all that stuff with your storm reports, everything like that. We make up the best community on YouTube on this Just Weather page. So again, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to be a part of it. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs up anyway. I'd appreciate it. Have a great one, and we will see you in the next video.